Would you spend 20 bucks on a steak that someone else prepared? Well, I did, because Publix is selling these flank steak pinwheels stuffed with mozzarella cheese and baby spinach. And today we're going to find out if they're actually worth buying or if they're just another expensive grocery store gimmick. Hey, if you'll stick around for a minute, we'll find out together. Hey, it's Ronnie Ribeye. Welcome into the channel. You know, every time that I walk through the Publix at Hayes Farm, I've seen these flank steak pinwheels sitting there and they look amazing. And I've always wondered to myself, do they cook as good as they look? So today we're going to find out. So let's talk a little bit about what's in these flank steak pinwheels. They are obviously flank steak that they've run through a tenderizer. They've stuffed them with mozzarella cheese and baby spinach. They are tied with a piece of butcher's twine, so you have to remove that at the end. They really look nice, and I want to find out, do they taste as good as they look? These ran right around $21 plus tax. So they're not overly priced, I don't think, considering the price of beef nowadays. So I think they're still a pretty good value. And the best thing about all this is that somebody has already done all the prep work for you.
Well, first things first, let's get our royal oak charcoal started. It's only going to take about 25 minutes. We'll be ready to go. Well, let's get these out of the packaging. They come packaged really nice. They've got an aluminum bottom pan that they sit in, a little plastic top that just snaps on there. And as you can see, these are really stuffed full of cheese and the baby spinach, 2 to a pack. And my plan is just to get them out of the packaging here. I'm not going to use the baby spinach inside. And the first thing I notice is they don't have any seasoning on them, so I'm going to take care of that. I've got some of my favorite rubs today from the Hottie Toddy Barbecue and Steak Crew, as well as hardened seasoning. These are going to be oh so fine. What we want to start doing here is layering some flavors, just a medium coat of each one. So I'm going to start off with just a little bit of this hardened seasoning. We'll put a light coat on each one, and then we're going to use some of our Mississippi Ultimate AP Rub. And this is just some SPG along with a couple other little top secret things in it that make it so good. From the Hottie Toddy Barbecue and Steak Crew. Just want to put a nice medium coat all the way around on it. And then finally, the next rub that I'm using is also from them. It is called Bovine Delight, and it's pretty much good on everything. It's not just for beef. I've used it on chicken. I've used it on pork. It's really good on vegetables as well. So we're just going to put another medium coat on each one of these. So we're just really layering that flavor. And I've always been one to kind of put the darker rub on last. To me, it just gives things a little bit better color. So I start off with your lighter colored rubs first and then your dark rubs after that. I don't really have any scientific proof that that works, but that's just always been my kind of go-to. Now with the hardens, you know, it is really a dark rub, but I just put a very, very light coat of that on. But then your SPG with that, and then finally your beef or your color rub that's going to give it some color on the outside. But I don't want to leave any on the cutting board. I'm going to roll them all around, just make sure that I've got, you know, what they call full coverage all the way around with our seasoning. And I've got them on the cutting board now. And while our charcoal's wrapping up over here, I'm just going to tin them with some foil, let them sweat in for about 20 minutes. Oh, before I forget, let's talk a little bit about how I'm going to cook these things.
Today's cooking method is going to be a reverse sear. We're going to start off indirect on the cool end of our PK grill for probably about 20 to 25 minutes. And then we're going to move it over to the direct side, right over the coals, and we're going to finish it there. When we get to about 128, 130, that's when we're going to pull it. Let it rest for about 10 minutes. Give it a slice. We'll be ready to eat. Now, as I mentioned, I am cooking on my PK grill, and it's kind of been my go-to grill ever since I started doing grilling. I do love it because it's just so simple. There's not a lot of bells and whistles on a PK grill. It's cast aluminum. It's got a couple of grates. It's just really nothing fancy, but I tell you this, it is a cooking machine. You can't go wrong with a PK grill, especially if you want to go hot and fast. If you want to be able to run a grill up to about 600 degrees with a nice set of grill grates on there to sear off some steaks, you can cook some world-class food on a PK grill.
Well, it looks like that roll oak charcoal is good and hot, so let's get things set up. All the coals on one end, cool on the other. Let's bring in our grill grates. And I've got these mounted to a rail, so they're really all one piece. Makes it super nice for taking care of big jobs or doing a 2-zone grill like we're doing today. Let's get the lid closed. Let's get it good and hot. Now it's time to go on with these pinwheels. We're going on the cool end, away from the fire, and we're going to stack them right there, let them set. I'm going to check them after about 10 minutes, kind of see where we're at. There you can see we're kind of getting ready to go. And there's after about 10 minutes, they're starting to get a little bit of color to them. I've already got my probe in there for my dot thermometer. You can't really see it. There's a little bit better view of it there. And that cheese is starting to melt. And like I said, when we got up to around 120, I'm going to be ready to move it down to the hot end to sear them off. We'll be ready to go. So let's get them scooped up here. We're hitting 120. I want to get to about 128. And there's our grill grate spatula. They just slide right down in there. You can kind of see some of that cheese stringing along, and boy, it's hot on that. On the hot end, going to move them both down there. And we want to get to about 128 degrees, and it is not going to take long until these are going to be ready to go. We'll give them a flip after about 2 minutes, just a quick sear on each side. We'll be ready to go. Man, these look amazing. Got little grill marks on there. That cheese is melted good. Spinach is cooked. We're going to get them off and on the cutting board. Look at that stringy cheese. Man, I love it. Wow, those are beautiful. But there's one thing that I've still got to do. We're going to put these on the cutting board to rest. But we're going to put a pat of just some salted butter on there. And we're going to cover them with some foil. We're going to tin them. Let them rest for about 10 minutes. Let that butter melt. And oh man, look at that butter dripping off the side. These look amazing. Can't wait to get a bite. We're going to cut right into them, kind of see how we did. And just like a hot knife through what? Hot knife through butter. That looks like perfect doneness to me. I'm really excited about how these turned out.
Well, this smelled delicious throughout the whole cook, and I can't wait to get a bite. But you know what? None of that matters if it's dry. Let's check it out and see what we got. Looks like the doneness is perfect. I want to get a bite that's got a little bit of that cheese, baby spinach, and the flank steak, of course. It's all cooked perfectly. Man, that is super tender. You can taste all of those ingredients. And the rubs from Hottie Toddy and hardened seasoning with the butter at the end really put it over the top. Well, I got to tell you, if Publix keeps making these, I'm going to keep buying them. You know, this meal is fancy enough when you have company over, or it's just great for a regular weeknight dinner. If you've seen something interesting in your local grocery store meat department, drop me a comment below. That might be the next thing I'm cooking, because I'm always looking for new ideas. And if you enjoy simple backyard barbecue that anybody can do, you come to the right place. Until next time, I'm Ronnie Ribeye. I'll see you around the grill.